Journal entry number 5, April 5th, 2025. Yesterday, during a routine trip to the grocery store, I decided to purchase some matcha powder for a matcha latte. This was not my first time trying one, as I had strayed from my typical orders of ice water and coffee at a promising restaurant several years ago, forgotten about it, and had since defaulted back to my standard order. I've made a habit of a similar sort of straying over the past few years by regularly incorporating new items into my weekly grocery haul, and inspired by my past experience, matcha powder made its debut in our home, providing a much-needed addition to my current selection of beverage products. This habit has become second nature for me over the years, as I've come to realize that I need to regularly incorporate new hobbies, novelty, and small doses of spontaneity to thrive. The benefit of doing so became particularly evident during the year and a half or so when my university shifted our courses to be completely virtual, and I found solace in breaking my rigid routine during turbulent times. When the spring 2020 semester concluded, and the lease to the room we were renting expired, my boyfriend had basically moved into my childhood bedroom. In that one room, my virtual summer classes commenced, as did his virtual summer internship. Quarantining with my family in this house, with nothing much else to do as the world was put on pause, the days melded into nebulous stretches of time which were only clearly delineated by impending due dates, exams, and my boyfriend closing his laptop at the end of the workday. In an effort to add some novelty back to our days, we had made a habit of visiting the local grocery store a couple times a week, purchasing various gum flavors and new bottled beverages to add some variety back to our days. And somehow, this seemingly inconsequential tweak made all the difference. I think we had jointly tried every brand of energy drink in the store, and at this point, I had begun to memorize the faces of the employees as well. We would review our loot in gross detail, and agreed that the best energy drinks were the tea flavors that impressively masked the signature tang that energy drinks tended to have. Years went by, and as the world slowly opened up again, so did my university. By this point, I was at the home stretch of my college years, and after switching majors from biology to computer science, I had essentially compressed the 4-year curriculum into half the time. My boyfriend had graduated before I did, and so I completed the final leg of my college chapter alone. With my schedule and commute proving to be far less forgiving than my virtual courses, I was painfully aware of the importance that hobbies and spontaneity played in my life, more so than ever before. I graduated, and our adventures shifted to rock climbing and occasional domestic travel as we transitioned from stressed college students to college graduates, and from living together in my tiny childhood bedroom to living together in a slightly larger New York City studio apartment. And now, in the post-grad chapter of our lives, we have continued to experiment with trying new items, still most notably beverages, on days when more adventurous activities are not able to be accommodated for, and I regularly make a point of trying to pick up new hobbies and skills. Most recently, journaling and trying new dishes with my boyfriend. The matcha latte was better than I had anticipated. I hadn't used a whisk, and the alternative milk and sweetener I used were also a bit of a gamble. I was pleasantly surprised with the results and will pick up another couple of packets next week.